You're shitting me. We got him.
Wait, they planned to they planned him killing himself? Like being shot at? Turning into Swiss cheese?
It would seem as though you have been killed.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Why were you killed? Why did you have to die?
Please revive me.
Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan.
You know what they say, I need to go out with a bang.
Executing such a feat.
Didn't really mean literally, but you know.
Let us rouse the memories which are missing.
The first time I sensed something was off. That's right, it was during the school festival.
Hey, they're going. You realized it too then.
Yeah, he was never faced by the fact that Morgana can speak.
Our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
We can't trust him.
My thoughts exactly. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station.
Yes, I know, and he heard you.
There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice. This whole deal feels sketchy.
Let's do some research.
Yeah, that was my plan too. Okay, let's get everyone on the same page right away.
There's nothing.
I
Oh,
want you to look into.
okay, you do the speaking. You do the speaking, Mr. Cat.
One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough.
You can do it, Futaba.
I agree.
Oh, we have our decorations up there where I can see the Jack Frost.
So it's impossible even for you. I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan.
Wait, I want to be part of the plan as well.
Perfect.
What kind of plan? Do you mind sharing with
An
me?
incredible one.
Thanks, Morgana. Gee. Futaba's going to do something? I wonder if it will be okay.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait.
I see. So we're going to use this place.
Wait, what?
It'll be a gamble. I think it's gonna work. You can't
How
tell
did they get there? Yes, exactly. They are still keeping it a secret until the very end. Also, how did they gain access to the room
This game
in particularly?
is not over yet. There are still things that must be done.
I mean, isn't it literally a heist game? I mean, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I am question marks all around. So you weren't shot at? Shadows? Oh, Joker, you badass son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You managed to fool us all. I think they managed to somehow make this room part of the metaverse. I think so. Not necessarily in the palace, because people outside of the palace already know that we committed suicide. You know? I think they somehow managed to create this specific room in particularly part of the metaverse. Or they managed to get there through the palace. Like the save rooms, that they are like the places where the cognition there are the weakest. You know what I'm talking about, Mod? No, don't fast forward, no auto.
Are you listening?
Yeah, no, I think this is what happened, okay? Okay? I think what happened, before they do the explaining stuff, I think they managed to enter... Okay, here's what I think happened. Okay? Again, I don't think so necessarily. What I think happened is they used Sai's palace. Okay. To find areas that the cognitions are the weaker, because we're still in the courthouse. We're just underneath the courthouse. So this is how the save rooms work in the game. Those are the places where the cognition is the weakest. Okay? Things like staff room, restrooms, you know? Areas where you can chill. They found an area inside the courthouse that Sai didn't recognize, physically haven't seen, therefore the cognition there is the weakest. And they used that area, they used the palace to go there, okay, do their shenanigans of setting it up, creating a shadow police officer with a shadow gun and a shadow Joker to fool not Sai but Akechi. Sai was never the target. Genius! I am.
Anyway,
Exactly.
let's talk about how to get out of this situation. Futaba's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive.
It's on a completely different
Yes,
level.
remember when Futaba was like, oh, Akechi, this phone, I really want this phone. This is, so she grabbed the phone from Akechi and she started messing with it, while he thought that she was just playing with his phone. This is when Futaba hacked his phone so they could listen to him. No, this is when. What do you mean, no? The phone Sai showed Akechi, it's Joker's phone. But they needed to listen to him somehow. No, they needed to listen somehow to Akechi. She took the phone from Akechi, so she could also put the other end of this program. I'm listening.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns. His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him. If we go into Sis's palace, as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces.
To think he would be
Right.
I know now.
Also, it was Akechi who got them to the palace, which is even cleverer.
Wishes to bring a police squad from
Yes.
reality into the palace.
If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible.
Yes.
He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment.
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame on
It really is a heist movie.
He made us go after Okumura. Then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him. And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time.
I mean, technically, he saw the true culprit. He is the true culprit.
With Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal
Yes.
maniac. Come on.
Sai was just a pawn. Sai was never the target.
No, Akechi is merely a tool. His orders
And yeah, and
come
Akechi is a tool for Shido, the man who put us through hell and back. And now Shido wants to completely delete us off the map.
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi.
But what means do we have of learning his identity?
We'll have to make Akechi say it. Though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us.
I think that will be the case eventually, regardless of whether or not we learn his identity. The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he
But at least it's not boring like heist movies.
And abandons that plan, he may opt to kill us immediately.
Damn it! So we don't got a choice but to go with that bastard's suggestion.
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested, and then Akechi will kill him.
Palace. The palace. Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding... Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
Boom!
What's this all of a sudden?
Why do you say haste like that?
There's a way to get
Isn't
past
it
Akechi
how you say
and the
haste?
mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity. Really?
You gotta be
But it's
kidding me.
H-E-I-S-T. Haste.
Why not let him? That is
Hide?
inside of a palace.
Heist?
Yes.
Thanks, I hate it. I will keep with the haste.
Cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the real one.
I will build my own English language.
It seems that's our only option.
No, I know what haste is. It's not haste, it's haste.
We can carry this operation out.
Haste.
Ever since the death of their teenage leader, the Phantom Thieves have fallen silent. However, the police intend on continuing this investigation until the
Heist.
case is fully solved.
Haste.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell them to come on down. I'm gonna fetch him.
Fetch.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything. Futaba-chan, I'm sorry
Heist.
that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
Haste. He's French, I don't trust him.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
I'm alive! I don't have a hole in my head anymore.
Big bastard.
That super glue do be hitting good.
How you been?
I ghostly.
You're not floating.
It truly is a relief to see your face.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe.
Oh, lovely. I truly am like a lost little puppy.
Almost gave me a heart attack.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell boss what really happened?
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
I was shot in the head.
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit? I see. So you guys were going up against someone else.
It was Goro Akechi. You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
Yep. I knew it like
Himself gave us a
50
chance
hours
to-
ago.
He made one fatal mistake.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something like that, would you?
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff. So what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
He was a catchy, he was a poo-poo
Slipped up
head.
in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
Yes, Morgana can talk.
Sojiro looks like he's going into early retirement.
Supposed to be a joke.
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
Yeah,
But you don't
he said the Akechi is a doo-doo head.
That's how it was for all of us at first, too. When you're in the metaverse,
Imagine if we meet a
sounds
group
like
of people who can understand our
you
cat
add and
mod.
your brain realizes he can actually
She's gonna
talk.
badmouth. She's gonna say all the shitty things about us.
Cognition. Most likely. Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Oh, I know a place. I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here.
It's always the pancakes.
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
I called it out gajillion years ago.
Mona was the only
This is why I don't watch heist movies. I just
Akechi'd already
I
been
just
in the
noticed the
fight.
stuff.
And since he was lying to us
I'm
about
sorry.
that,
I want to finish after all the cutscenes, you know?
contacting us.
It seemed odd upon
It's an
further
RPG mod. The cutscenes are longer than the game itself.
comment was an honest one after all.
We got lucky.
That said, we weren't so naive to overlook something like that. That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone.
I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but I was actually planting my app.
Yep.
My heart was pounding while I was doing it, though.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined a program being installed so quickly. Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the phantom thieves in the act.
So this is how the police enter the palace.
Only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that. Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
Is this for real?
For real life, my man.
The guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they planned to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life. When he does, you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
I knew he was acting strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes. On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station. That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
We baited Akechi into Sis's palace, making him dispose of our leader's fake, but think he killed him.
Can you elaborate on that in more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive world?
We're sorry for using you without your permission. Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
What conditions?
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
Yeah, that brings back memories.
You totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any distortions around.
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but I went along with it.
It was a great idea.
Yeah, it's good we have her heading up our operations.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi.
Piece of
I
shit.
just couldn't contain myself anymore once
By the way, I still bang your sister.
The reason I joined the
You know, I
fandom-
haven't said it in quite a while, so I just want to remind you that I bang your sister.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all. I'm sorry I couldn't see that.
That goes for the both of us. We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Mijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it you used the data from my laptop?
I'm sorry.
Whoopsie!
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse. First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work. They looked no different from actual living people.
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush.
Oh, was it expected?
Even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse.
Is it really the treasure?
Except that was all an act. We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand.
So it was a fake! It was a fake treasure! I just figured out I thought it was Akechi's!
For us.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Fucking hell! Okay, I was off on this one.
Captured by the
A
police.
bit.
Went exactly how we planned it.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this. But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
All I needed were the coordinates.
Since she used this laptop to remotely access the metaverse, asking her about it now would drag the conversation on too long. I should talk to her later.
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been victorious. It must have been truly hilarious for our leader who sat idly in the real world's interrogation room. Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
Motherfucker.
That's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
I'm just glad I didn't die. Honestly, this is the only thing I take away from this entire debacle. I'm glad I don't have a hole in my head.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse, albeit for a brief moment.
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own palace for so short a time.
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea.
So wait, is this why we didn't get experience when we killed those demons? When we killed those shadows? Because we were playing as a replica of Joker and not as Joker?
We were pretty worried about that part.
I don't know, I'm just thinking about stuff. I like how they were like, there is a technical explanation for what whatever did, but it's boring, so just pretend you understand. Yes, I like in my mind as I was like, I was right, I was a bit off, I was right. And also, I'm glad the Joker's head is
Absolutely the make
not
or
a Swiss
break
cheese.
of the entire plan.
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a short time. Were you confident you could do it?
Don't remember drugs.
Understandable.
Finally, Joker is manifesting as my spirit animal, as my spirit child.
Just tell you the true culprit's
Don't
plan.
know drugs. At least I'm not dead. Damn, I wish I could bang your sister right now.
And that there was a greater evil to pursue.
It's not me, it's Joker. Yeah, don't give me a look.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Yes. Plus, you had lost control of yourself at the time.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
I've kind of figured out that you guys made Akechi kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
Oh, I have a death certificate. Can I keep it? Can I put it in my room as a memorabilia?
Reckless otherwise. We also knew of a possible conspirator.
Thanks to Futaba-chan's messages and the guard's demeanor, I eventually came to understand. And since the higher-ups at the police knew nothing of this, they were thrown into disarray. As a result, his suicide during imprisonment was reported on the news, just as Akechi planned.
And with that confusion, he was able to escape with Nijima-san's
Yeah.
help.
I would love to. If I fake my own death and I would get a death certificate, of course I'm fucking framing it and putting it above the mantle.
I can't believe what they did to him. The callous use of violence and even drugs.
I don't
is
have a mantle, but I will get one just to put my death certificate on it.
And hadn't been able to tell Sis about the phone, he would have died. I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
It was a breeze. I got drugs, and I'm happy now.
How are you?
It's still freaked me
Not because of the drugs, by the way. The drugs were terrible.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion. Even with that, I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that her plan worked out.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down. I finally feel relieved.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash.
This is a shit.
Very well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you. You saved me, after all.
That's reassuring to hear.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know.
Food.
Let's take a break for now, though. This old brain is pooped. Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together to talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Sojiro! Oh!
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
Oh! Best guy Sojiro.
Let us accept his offer.
Also, we all know the Joker's parents are still alive, so are they aware that we died or not died? Or something, you know? Like we have parents, we have a family, we have parents. Our parents, after all, contacted Sojiro. Are they aware of all of this? By became Batman, you mean... You mean they died or just disappeared? Did both of them go to buy milk? Oh, good one, Mod. Oh, damn, more cutscenes.
That sounds familiar.
Bitch, you better remember my name. I'm gonna attack you with a plunger. I think you could have heard Maud laughing right now at my unfunny joke.
Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in
Come on, it's so easy. Look at his head. It's like.
You've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is
Not
mine.
if Tora can run in the elections, then he will win. Because, I mean, I'm a child, I can't vote, but because I will ask Sojiro to vote for you.
Election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
And once he's elected, he will terrestrialize.
After the murder, he said.
Why would he kill me?
Shido. Feels like I
Oh,
heard that
Shido.
somewhere.
He is
I mean, even his name, Shido.
If he has
They
such
just knew
strong
he's gonna be a piece of shit.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Do you have some kind of evidence?
I just want more merch of Tora. Tora deserves so much better. Him and Lala Escargot.
First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position...
Look, you know you can't trust him because he doesn't have hair on the entirety of his body besides his ugly goatee. You can't trust this person. I don't say that there is something wrong with being bald and having hair and having a beard. I'm just saying, if you don't have hair on your entire body and the only hair you can have is on your chin, don't make it an ugly goatee.
I had from my previous
Okay?
job.
So yeah, I know you can't trust Shido.
The one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You didn't ask?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had.
And we're going anyways.
No doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
It's all coming together.
Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
Piece of shit.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
Bullets. Usually bullets.
Think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
A diet building, a fancy restaurant, election headquarters. Fancy restaurant?
I suppose that would be a good location for them to plot.
How about the diet building?
Diet building, fancy restaurants, same.
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the diet building?
I would love to be the...
Our next target's
I would love to be the ruler of a restaurant-themed palace, but I would actually just be a giant threat. I'll be Remy Ratatouille in my palace. Yes. What about Akechi?
No need to waste time with him. We just gotta hit the head. Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together.
Time for revenge!
Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that diet building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the diet building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Okay, so what am I supposed to do now?
Operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
So what do you want me to do?
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
It's a heist movie, what did you think?
Intellectuals, you know.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
Okay, so now what? Oh, more cutscenes.
I finally made it.
We're like over an hour long of cutscenes, by the way. Oh well.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that
Like, look, he has no hair anywhere on his body besides his eyebrows and his chin.
I made those troublesome
Did you see how ugly his goatee is? You can't trust this person. Like, some people do really cool things with mustaches and beards, and they're bald and they look so cool and cool.
I had suspected
And he's like,
there'd be an ulterior
I'm
motive.
gonna look like Batman's pubic hair or something, I don't know.
I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake
My
of
chin looks like a vagina now.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using
I mean,
that.
even his
It'd be troublesome if someone else...
goatee has like looks like it's about to bald. Like it has like a very a very, very, very pulled back hairline. You know what I mean? Even his chin is balding.
Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to
My chin doesn't look like a vagina now.
He was quite surprised when you confronted
His chin
him.
looks like a vagina.
He didn't know who leaked that information.
What the fuck? I never said it!
I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs
I
have become
deny.
stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests.
I deny.
Has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother.
I will edit it.
Only ruin
I
awaits
won't,
us.
I'm too lazy.
I must agree.
Damn, this is a 6-hour stream, which most of it is cutscenes.
Incompetent fools. I
Video
will
games
lead
are
this
fun. I'm glad I'm not playing Death Stranding.
That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals, which is why I made them suspects, prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Ace Defective.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion.
Also, your sunglasses are ugly. Why are you wearing them? You're not in the fucking sun. You're inside the building. God, you pretentious fuck.
The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned.
But Tora is still running!
The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the chosen one.
Yikes.
Your assistance has
You
been
give
very
Sword Art Online vibes, my dude. And that's not a compliment.
When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts.
And by monster, you mean the massive shit I'm gonna take in your mouth?
To my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well,
Well, looks like things finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
The chief's right. Let's take it easy for today. Okay.
Hey,
Wait, I forgot to put something.
Yeah.
Boo! Wait, I wanna check the thieves then. 1 second, before we end the stream, I wanna see if I have cool things to decorate with, that is. Yes, I can buy new items. A giant slot machine. Sure. Okay, that's a cool one. That's a really cool one. Yeah, I'll remove this one. Much better. Anyways, let's return to the game. Anyways, as I was saying. Wow, finally all the plot remembered to happen at 117 hours. The plot remembered to happen in an interesting way. But yeah, it was actually like watching a movie. It was like an hour-long series of cutscenes. Which Joker died and then he didn't die. And Akechi is the piece of shit I told you he was. I don't know. I am level 58 and I have a bunch of monies. And now we are gonna do some political assassination. You know, for kids. What else? We did a lot today. I think we did a lot today. Mostly plot related stuff. Anyways, tomorrow we are going to continue Persona 5. As I said, I really wanna finish this game already. It's burning in my bones to finish this fucking game already. I might try to stream earlier tomorrow. It really depends on many things in personal life. And yeah, that's it. Like, I don't think I will finish Persona this weekend. Again, we will see about it. We will see about it tomorrow, you know? Depends on a lot of things. I can't promise anything. So yeah, we will see tomorrow what will happen, but I might do some extra streams during the week because I really want to finish this game and move to Fire Emblem. Please! So we will see. Yeah. So tomorrow we're gonna play more Persona 5 Royal. As you know, it's the Royal of the Persona 5s. And that's it. Thank you for watching, thank you for talking, thank you for being amazing. Thank you for watching this movie of a game with me. I will see you next time. Bye bye.